Let's welcome in our next guest, a paint company, Mr. Surender Bhatia, CEO at Shalimar Paints, now joins us on a phone line. Sir, if you could just tell us what's happening in the paint industry. Till last quarter when we spoke, prices of crude were around $37. And that's when, we got a sense that there is some amount of discount which some of the larger paint players are giving in. Has that discount been rolled back? Still the price rationality continues in the sector?
The price reduction in March 2016 has already been given to the distributors, and distributors in turn will give to the final consumer. So there was around 4% of price reduction. Although the crude prices are now showing the increasing trend, but if you see the history also, normally first quarter is increasing trend. If you see 2014-15 also, so first half was rolling between 100 to 90, and then 15-16 first quarter was around 60, and then it came down. So now if you see in April, the crude prices were around 41, and then May 47, and we are seeing today is around 48.
Right. Sir, I just wanted to understand that for a company or for an industry like, paint, where Asian Paints dominate the majority market share, they have cut down their prices. And they are looking for market share gains. How are you adjusting? Would you also adjust your price? What happens with the larger players?
Yes, surely. So we are with the market. So sometime we take the lead also if the crude prices are reducing. So we take the lead and we go to the customer back and say like we want to give you back what we are getting in the reduction in crude prices, and we follow the our peers also.
Right. So as far as margins are concerned, Asian Paints, your company, Berger Paints, all of them reported stellar margins in Q3 and Q4. But as you're telling us, from March, we've seen a price decline coming in, which will of course not mean that the cost has been compromised on. In fact, costs have just gone up from their end. Is the peak margin for the industry behind?
No, the margin will continue because there are a lot of operational efficiencies also. And this is not only based on crude. If you see, crude in raw material is around 50% of the total raw material cost. So 50% are the other factors. So if you see crude impact, it's large impact, around 50%. But that doesn't mean like we will remove the operational efficiency. So margins will continue to increase.
Right. Sir, but a lot of market share has changed in the last 2 years. So don't you think people who have lost out on market share will become very aggressive now? Because they have that, sort of levy that they will not have to compromise on margin, or if they are not looking at expansion, they would start to become very aggressive?
I don't think so, because if you see, all the companies are growing almost at the same pace and same percentage if you see last 2-3 year results. So it's not like someone is going aggressive, because basically this is brand and quality which sells. Pricing is not the first criteria actually.
Mr. Bhatia, what is the way in which you sell? Is it essentially through distributors, or do you also do bulk deals with builders, with real estate companies which actually come out with projects?
Yeah, if you see, like we have two segments. One is decorative and another one is industrial. So 2/3 of our volume is decorative and 1/3 is industrial. So industrial is our institutional clients.
Okay.
So government and non-government, all big clients. And decorative, normally we sell through the distributors, but we have another stream also, which is institutional and project sale. So we directly deal with the institutions and dealers.
And do you also have the system that some paint companies have, where a person can buy paint directly from a dealer, but the dealer also provides the painter, the house painter who comes and paints?
Yes, we very much have that.
And how much is that part of the business? Is it just a service that you provide, or are you seriously considering that as an important part of the business?
No, like if you see, service and everything is provided by the dealer. We are promoting at our website. We have given the address and detail of all our dealers at our website. So any consumer who is interested, so they go through our website and they send us the query. So, and we forward the query to the relevant dealer. but we are not directly like into, we don't have home solution shops and other things.
All right. Sir, you know, I understand that you told my colleague Pankaj that crude price drop is only one of the things that have helped you maintain margins. But as crude price, you know, there is a thing that happened at one point, crude prices dropped and now you've passed on some of those price cuts to the market. There is a slowdown in construction work. There is a slowdown in overall repainting itself. What are the strategies that you're working out to maintain business or expand it?
No, if you see, like there are a lot of other avenues also, like construction. If you see, construction activity is slow, but if you see, repainting activity is not slow. That's going as per earlier. So lot of people wherever is required, so they are repainting their houses. That's why if you see, there is no degrowth. The companies are growing.
Even in terms of top line?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And what do you see as your growth for this year, sir? If you could just give us a ballpark figure. I'm not expecting a very precise figure in both top line and margins.
Yeah, we are expecting around a minimum 15% of growth in the top line, and our margins will be high because we have done, we have launched a lot of new products last year. So a lot of luxury products, like if you see, Signature is one of that, which is interior luxury emulsion. Then we have Superlax Stay Clean, which is interior premium acrylic emulsion. Weather Pro, which is exterior super premium. And then in mid-range, we have launched Master Acrylic Emulsion. And this year we are going to launch a lot of texture paint and other interior luxury paints. And in our industrial segment also, we have launched a lot of new products as per the customer requirements. So,
all right.
In that way,
So we're just getting an important piece of information that the cabinet appears to have cleared the 7th pay commission. As we did say, we'll get more details on that, whether that 15 to 20% additional hike that was recommended to the cabinet above what the pay commission had recommended. So what impact do you expect from the cabinet, from the pay commission hikes?
No, it's natural, like whenever people have money, so the FMCG or paint companies always grow with that. So now in the country, the atmosphere is becoming positive and the spending power is coming up. So naturally we will have the growth.
All right. Thank you so much for taking our time, Mr. Bhatia. Pleasure talking to you.